I'm Josh Gardner. I was actually a part of the fall 2011 season of MSU Tonight, also known as the greatest season ever out of the 8th floor studio here at the Fine Arts Center. And we are undisputed champions of MSU Tonight. I can remember sitting there the first night, not really sure what was going to transpire over the next 16 weeks. And I can remember Jeremy and McKeel saying, "This is going to be interesting, guys."
Was a bit worried when I first came into the class because most of my classes had about 20, 30 people. And I come from a community college where it's a lot of small classes and you get a lot more done, a lot more people. So it was kind of comfortable for me in this sense that we only had, I think, like maybe 6 or 7 people.
Our team was so much smaller than all the other teams he'd had that he wasn't sure we could pull it off. And I think we all kind of took that as a challenge.
At first it was a bit nerve-wracking because, like I said, I was new into this. Like I said, I didn't really know what I was going to do. But, I mean, it turned out very well.
Well, Patrick was doing a news update, like SNL, and we, like one of the main topics, like coming back into that semester, was there was a teacher who said something racial to a black student.
This week's top story, Professor Mark Wadier returns to teaching after his suspension due to remarks he made to 2 black students last year.
Something along the lines of like slaves and being late, and I guess they were late. And Patrick, I don't know why he came up to me, but he was like, "Hey, if I acted like I had a script and I didn't have it, and then you showed up with it late, that would like just kill it." And I was like, "All right, cool."
The students showed up late to class, and Wadier spoke to them after class and is quoted as saying, "I expect it out of you guys anyway. It is part of your heritage. The slaves never showed up on time to their owners and were lashed for it. I just don't have the right to do that." It's about time.
Well, I just followed his lead, and whenever he said, I gave him the script and he said it was about time, that set the mood. That set the mood for the whole semester. It just, it was a blessing. Yeah, that right there loosened everybody up. That was good. It was real good.
It was cool because even starting with that first crack where we kind of broke form and started to get edgy, where Jamaal was blatantly called out for his race, blatantly, and that was just completely inappropriate, Patrick. But from that point on, it was a competition. Every week and every segment, it was, let's see who can push it a little bit farther.
In closing, we here at This Week in Sports want to take a more serious look into world news tonight. At this time, more than 1 million people in central Japan have been urged to evacuate Tuesday as a powerful typhoon, that's Typhoon Rourke, approached, triggering floods that left 2 people missing. It's reportedly so bad there in Japan that one Japanese man was arrested for not having enough life jackets in his Honda Accord.
A new study that recently came out said people who drink just a few glasses of wine or beer a week may have a slightly increased breast cancer risk. The staff here at MSU Tonight plans to counter these new findings by drinking more than just a few beers a week.
Well, the cool thing with MSU Tonight was that we never really had any censors. We had a professor that, he went full-hearted into this project, but also, he gave us some leeway to get away with what we wanted to get away with. And he kind of let us draw the line in the sand. And I can't think of any point in the season where we actually drew that line. We always kind of would sketch it and then push it farther back. And I would write something into my show and I'd try and slip it in where it was not quite as, I don't want to say not quite as noticeable because it was noticeable, but I wanted it to kind of slip through and not anybody bring it up. Then I would think, man, nobody can top that. That was the most inappropriate thing we could pull. And then 15 minutes later on the show, Patrick's throwing something down, or Jamaal is doing something crazy, or even between segments when we were hosting live, something would be said. And it was like, we're live, we can't change any of this.
Again, a small class, and it was full of some colorful individuals who took it in an edgy direction, and I let them.
He pretty much gave us the boundaries to do what we wanted to do, And like I said, we kind of have fun with it, and it turned out to be a good thing. It turned out probably more than anything to be a blooper reel.
Hello and welcome to yet another edition of This Week in Sports. As always, I'm your humble host, Josh Goldner. I'm running out of teleprompter. We're going to try that again.
Hey, take two.
Yeah. And action. You know what? My script's wrong because I forgot about that.
The Murray State Rodeo was last weekend. On October. You make me laugh.
Oh my Lord. I'm sorry. I was reading the teleprompter with them.
Oh my God.
I just see him in the background with that ridiculous ass thing just go.
Players and coaching staff with, oh wow, I just botched that. With and or EIOU.
It's in the beginning stages of. Do that again. I lost it. Okay.
And remember to 9/11, New York Mets ownership wanted to play Sunday night's game in, oh my gosh, this is the hardest thing I've ever had to read.
With this game in.
What is it? Is that a word? I mean,
Game in.
it's going to be a long night, folks. Gear up.
Starbucks recently brought a West Coast juice company and will soon begin. Do that again. God, I feel like Josh screwing up.
Can you go? Jamaal, can you go put it back to the first one?
Damn. All right.
I swear to God, Jamaal, if this is screwed up in any way, I'm going to hurt you. You will see me Thursday, and you will wave hi to me, and I will attack you.
Like, I will never, ever forget the fall semester of 2011. I feel like I made 6 brothers. They really family. 6 brothers that semester because I ride and die for them. Fall 2011. Because that was that was the class. That was the class.
Some of the best classes, and this one included, have been small. And so I think overall it turned out to be a really outstanding class.
By far, bar none.
No, hands down.
By far, MSU tonight was one of the best class. No, it was the best class I've had in college.